X connectivities are broken. Who's surprised? Laron, are you surprised that the Twitter connections are broken?
Says my account's live.
Yeah, we're all live. I'm live. Live alive.
There we go. All right. And I don't have a notification for Boss Rush being live.
We're live on Twitch and YouTube.
I see it.
We are connecting to LinkedIn Live. So here's the thing, though. We're also supposed to be on Twitter, but the connection broke as I was connecting it. So are you shocked? I'm not shocked.
I'm not shocked.
I'm not shocked one bit. But that's a Twitter problem because StreamYard was also having trouble streaming to Twitter. So here we are. How are you, Laron? You doing all right?
Good. I'm pretty good. I'm just trying to monitor.
Monitor chat.
Monitor chat and monitor stream on the second channel.
So here's the thing. I don't know if the public chat integrates the chats from the various platforms or if we have to go to the various platforms to have the chat.
That would be interesting.
That would be type something in a chat somewhere, Laron. I don't care where. We're testing things out, everybody. We're going to get to the show in a minute. I promise. Yeah. Maybe.
Oh, by the way, on the Boss Rush Network, it still says Nintendo Power Block 45.
Yeah, I don't care.
It's fine. You don't care? This is the Boss Rush podcast, though.
That's the studio we're in. I should have changed projects, but it's fine. Where did you type that in at? YouTube?
I typed it in YouTube on my channel.
Great. Okay, so the public chat is all platforms, it looks like.
The public chat.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see it. It. Okay.
Okay. Cool.
All right. So,
I bet it doesn't integrate. Twitter comments or LinkedIn comments. That would be my one guess.
I don't see. Okay, I see the. Okay, there we go. Okay. There we go. I just typed that in on the Boss Rush chat.
Yeah.
So yeah, my chat's running and the Boss Rush chat's running simultaneously.
Great. Cool. I thought that's what it was, but sometimes platforms are weird. So
well, no, it's good to know.
Yeah,
it's good to know. So we should blast a whole bunch of people and tell them like, hey, come to our streams right now, right?
Yeah. What I want to do is get an automated thing in Discord also of like, hey, we're live.
That would be nice.
That I'm working on a bunch of automation stuff, so I don't have to sit here 2 or 3 times a week and do social media stuff for like 2 hours.
I'm texting Matt right now, Matt and Andre, to come to my channel.
Your channel? What?
Yeah. They're always on the Boss Rush channel.
I'm gonna turn yours off.
You suck.
I can't do that while we're live. I can't turn them off while we're live. Okay. It doesn't say there's a limit on streaming, but every time I connect more than like 5 accounts, it's like, error, you suck. And I'm like, oh, well, you suck. So I guess we will have to figure that out. Also, the Facebook thing is really bothering me. I don't know if I have to go into like the Meta Business Suite and like do that or what, but oh well, it's fine.
It's time for me to get some new assets for my Exodus 803 channel.
It sure is.
It's time.
It's time for me to retire. That's what time it is. You know why it's time for me to retire, Laron?
Why is it time for you to retire?
Because not this coming Monday, but the following Monday is the 10th anniversary of the very, very, very first episode of Nintendo Power Block. Oh, and I'm talking pre-ed Nintendo Power Block.
So 10 years is basically the podcaster's guideline.
I mean, I say like 4 years, but people keep listening, so You know
Well, shoot, I still have a ways to go then because
what? What I do? What happened? I missed something.
You'll see it.
Oh, there's no limit. Well, there's a yeah. It's true.
Or to quote Mean Girls, the limit does not exist.
It's true. I remember those days. Yeah, Matt, where are you? So I thought. Anyways, I'm just kidding. I miss Matt.
Was this back when you guys were streaming under that band studio name?
Band studio name.
You know the one. You know the one. It was 3 little letters.
It was Nerds Gone Rogue. Thank you very much.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm not gonna say anymore.
Don't be racist, Theron.
I'm not racist. You're the racist one.
I'm not.
You grew up in Mennonite white suburbia. I'm not the racist one.
You know what, Theron? Good thing I have my first therapy appointment on Thursday. Next Thursday.
Oh, you haven't had it yet?
No.
Oh, so I can give you a whole bunch of issues leading into as we go into your appointment next week.
I hate you. Why do we do this?
Because we love each other. We're buddies. We love each other. You know, we're basically family. We're basically family at this point, man. Like, I mean, eventually we're gonna share DNA.
Eventually, how's that gonna work? We're gonna share DNA. How's that gonna work?
Figure something out. Figure something out. Oh, by the way, did you know? Every time you kiss somebody and actually swap saliva, their DNA is in your system for at least an hour.
Yeah. I mean, should I be worried? Did you kiss me at some point that I didn't know about?
No, because we haven't been in the same room together. No. You need to worry about the ramifications if we do wind up in the same room together.
Hey, man.
I've said too much. I've said too much.
Well,
digital nerd advocates. I like that.
That was the first. That was my first group. Well, second group, I guess, technically.
What now? What?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a long story. It's not really that long. I just don't feel like telling it right now. I'm really struggling with this Facebook thing. It's angering me like profusely.
That's because you're playing around Facebook.
I know. Here's the thing. I want all the Chinese bots and what do you call them? Online coffee house people to watch us too.
Hold that thought. Not only do you need to work the camera, but I also need you to direct all the motions and the movements. I also need that, Matt.
What is this, a first-person VR angle? Is that what we're going with?
No, this is going to the fans only content.
Oh, your OnlyFans. Got it. Laurent's got a 50% discount on his tokens or whatever you use to do that. So
They missed it the other night. It was 90% off for like 15 minutes.
I heard a really funny joke, Laurent, the other day, and I think you would appreciate.
No, it does not do it. Okay,
no,
good.
Now I'll tell you off air.
I appreciate that.
Probably shouldn't say it live on stream.
Do not.
But it's fine. Anyways, Boss Rush Podcast.
Episode.
Probably start the show, huh?
What are we? 171 now? What are we? No, we're higher than that. We're higher.
What are you talking about? It's 311.
Yeah, 311. Yeah. What did I get 171?
Bust out your Transistor albums, you 90s babies.
Where did I get 171 from? How long ago was that?
That's because the room, when we tried to use Riverside the first time, we were on episode 171.
That's what it is.
Which is what this studio is called. Boss Rush Podcast 171 is what the studio is called for some reason. But when we exit this free trial period, Laurent will be able to create separate studios, so it'll be all good.
Good to know.
Hopefully.
Dawkins dollars. Uh-oh. Matt, you're giving me way too much content, Matt.
Yeah, Matt, stop giving him ideas. I can't afford for him to leave too.
Oh boy.
Hey, you know what? Matt?
It does.
I have my music references, okay? Okay. There's not very many of them.
Few and far between, right? Yeah.
Look, when one lands, I have to nail it, you know?
Why we didn't switch platforms more often? We seem to always have a lot of fun when we're just effing around on a new platform, because like we were just like this with StreamYard. We were streaming live gameplay of freaking Metroid Zero Mission, which I know you beat now. Haven't you?
I haven't beaten it yet. I didn't really get to play a lot this weekend.
It legit only takes 5 hours to beat that game, and that's if you're not trying.
Oh, I'm not trying. I've had a lot to do.
There's been a regime change, Matt. That's all you need to
know. Yeah, it's fine though. We're all good. Everyone's good.
Yeah, we're all happy. We're all happy. No one's pissed at anyone that at least that I know of.
Well, speaking of, I love how all these sports teams are signing great free agents, and the Browns are celebrating re-signing their punter. I love it. Gotta love the Browns.
And yet Aaron Rodgers will not fucking retire.
Nope, he will not. He will not.
I think Aaron Rodgers is trying to do the exact same thing Brett Favre was doing before Rodgers replaced him.
Well, let's begin the show proper, I guess, shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Boss Rush Podcast, a great place to play games and be better. I'm one of your hosts, Corey Derrigan. Alongside me, as always, is the PC Muscle Race himself, LaRon Dawkins.
Hey, what's poppin'?
Hey, LaRon, did you apply DLSS 5 to yourself today? Because you're looking extra realistic.
Hey, no, I'm all smooth and like highly sharpened and all this stuff. What is going on?
I'm like looking super washed out.
Yeah, right.
That's fine. There, I'll just turn the light off. That's better.
You turned it all the way off, man. That was like a stark contrast.
No, I have 3 lights on and I turned one off.
I mean, you're not blowing out my retinas anymore with the brightness, but you know.
Also, I have 2 bright white tabs open and right in front of me, so that's probably something to do with it. Like if I minimize them, does that help at all?
Yeah, a little something. Now you got
okay.
Now you got some shadow. Now you're looking like you got the Resident Evil filter on.
Yeah. Oh man, speaking of Resident Evil, people really loving that Resident Evil 9, huh?
Oh yeah. I actually got to play a little bit of it earlier this week.
Yeah.
I like it. I'm digging it.
Cool. I'm here's the thing. I think I'm going to play Resident Evil this year. I'm going to play them in order.
How many Resident Evils have you played? Because I feel like you don't like scary games, so I feel like you haven't played many.
I don't, but I have finished more Resident Evil games than I thought I have.
Okay.
I've finished 1.
The remake or the original?
The game, the remake, the first round of remakes. So 1, 4 remake, 5
4 remake. Okay.
Yeah. 5 the Leon campaign in 6.
See, I'll give you that, because honestly, that is the longest Resident Evil game out of all of them.
Yeah, there were 3 campaigns and it wasn't. It was good, but not great, and I didn't really feel like playing it anymore.
Yeah, so. I'll give you that if you beat one of the 3 campaigns, because for the most part, you got enough of the story to know what was going on in Resident Evil 6.
Yeah. And then Revelations, which was the 3DS game, but I played it on the Wii U. So.
Yeah, you have beaten more Resident Evil games than I thought you would have gotten credit for.
Yeah, but they're all the action-y ones.
Yeah, I mean, that wasn't hard. Like once we got to 4, like they've all been action until we got to 7.
Yeah, Seven's the one that I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I don't know.
7 psychologically scars me, and I haven't even played it.
Yeah. But I don't know. I've heard good things about 9. Here's the thing. I'm like really into the lore of Resident Evil. I just don't want
to. I think everybody's into the lore of Resident Evil.
Yeah. But I don't know. It's just it's because it's crazy, man. I did watch the first movie.
I think as gamers, everyone was required to watch the first movie. After that, you didn't have to there was no requirement to watch the rest of them. I watched the rest of them. As a matter of fact, I love the Resident Evil movie. What?
There's 5 of them. 6 of them.
There's 6. So what is that?
Saga.
Hexology or something.
You know what? You can make up words as long as you want to, Ron. I don't. The thing though is they were on Netflix for a while when the show came out.
Mm-hmm.
And so I watched the first 3 and then 4 wasn't on Netflix. It skipped right to 5 and then 6 wasn't on there. So I'm like, well, I don't want to, I've invested this much time. I don't want to skip one.
Wait, Afterlife? Wait, Afterlife wasn't on?
Whatever the 4th one is.
That's Afterlife.
Yeah. So I don't know. I just didn't feel like investing in it. After that, I was like, I don't want to rent it. I don't want to buy it anywhere.
Understandable.
I'll just wait. And then it never never came to be. So they were fun though. I mean, they're more action movies than whatever the other horror movie esque. Also, the CG in the first movie is like really bad, especially the laser scene. That scene's so bad, dude. It's funny, it's comical, but it's bad. Also, like, side tangent, why does Michelle Rodriguez play the same character in every single movie she's in? She's the same character in every movie.
It's egregious how typecast she is.
Which is like, I kind of get it, but also I kind of feel bad for her. But
yeah, same.
If she doesn't care, then I guess who might care?
No, she's tried her best to like escape that, and it's just not going in her favor.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Because she almost escaped it in Avatar, and then she wound up dying in Avatar. So
Avatar?
like, okay, yeah,
she was the
badass. She was a badass Marine pilot, the helicopter pilot.
I don't remember that movie, dude. It's been like 20 years.
I know. For me, that's almost half my lifetime ago.
I know. Oh, it's crazy, man. 20 years. That movie. I don't know. I don't understand why it's so big, but that's seems like a personal problem.
I think it's big because of what I think it's big because number one, we actually I'm a James Cameron fan, so I will admit that I definitely put a lot of hype in whatever onto James Cameron and stuff like that. I feel like he's one of our great one of our great directors. For this era and stuff like that. I'm not saying like he's the best because we've got Christopher Nolan, even though Christopher Nolan is kind of like having an ebb and flow right now. And then we of course people are gonna say Tarantino, but I feel like Tarantino's time is kind of gone.
He's apparently only got one more movie left in him.
Yeah, and he keeps edging us along. Hold on, let me not use that type of terminology on the pod tonight.
Sure, yeah.
I mean, there are people out there gooning for Tarantino.
Sure, yeah, I get it. People like his movies, but also I don't really care for most of them, to be honest. But I guess that's my problem. I've heard so.
I like Tarantino up to a point, and I think that point ended right after Inglorious Bastards, and I don't even like Inglorious Bastards.
Um, yeah, I see. That's like the one movie I do like. Is that it's I also like Django Unchained. That was pretty good too. But anything else is like I don't know, man. Like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was super boring. Did
Yeah,
not
it
care for
was.
that
It
like at
was.
all.
It wasn't it, and it acted like it was trying to go somewhere, and it honestly didn't.
Yeah. Uh so I don't know, man. It was fine, but I'm just not a Tarantino guy. So speaking of movies though, that Spider-Man trailer came out
Yeah, that was
in
hot.
chunks today, I guess. uh what does it look good? I didn't watch it. I just heard it came out in like chunks and it was a really bad rollout.
I saw the I saw the full thing. Like it was on TikTok, so I saw the full thing.
Hmm. How was it? Was it good? Like was it good or like
It was good. It was good. No, and like it has like it gave just enough away to make to compel people to actually want to see it as far as I'm concerned.
okay. Well, I heard they removed Sadie Sink from some of it
Who's
though. Like
that?
they one of the some actress that's in there that people are obsessed with. I don't know. She was in
I don't
Stranger Things, I think.
I
The
don't know.
red-haired girl in Stranger Things, I think is who it is.
That's the problem. I haven't caught up on whatchamacallit.
Dude, I watched the first season and I was so bored. I don't understand why people I like it's that show's just not for me. I don't understand it, but that's again just a me problem, I guess. So I feel like I'm a bad nerd when I say I don't like certain things, but
You probably are.
I know I am. I suck. It's a motto for my life, Laron. I don't know if you know this or not. I suck. Signed off. Uh, anyways, Laron,
Mhm.
cool story.
Oh, cool story, bro.
I updated the store for the first time in 3 years, 2 years.
Oh, cool story, bro.
Yeah, the Nintendo Power Block 10th anniversary shirts are up.
Oh, I gotta check it out.
Yeah, you know that cool Nintendo Power Block logo we have.
Yeah.
Well, if you add a 10 to that, that's what the 10th anniversary logo looks like.
Oh, watch out now.
Mhm.
You're dangerous now.
I know. Speaking like a true graphic designer in 2026. You know what would be awesome? No graphics, just font. Plain font.
No graphics, just font.
Yeah. It's every graphic designer these days, it feels like.
Yeah, yeah. You're not lying there.
So, man, dude, it makes me laugh when people are like, we have a graphic and it's just like font that they're like, oh, this letter, we cut the edges off. That's it. You know, we put a slash through this letter so it looks different. It's like, does it? Just kind of looks like your printer ran out of ink, but no, not my problem. Anyways, Laron, we're here to talk about video games. Actually, we're really not going to talk a lot about video games tonight. We're going to talk about the
We're gonna talk about video game adjacent stuff though.
yeah, we're gonna talk about the two letters everybody hates to see together. Uh AI.
Oh, that okay.
Oh
I was
no.
I was really scratching my head on that one. I was like, huh?
Man. But before we get into that, what are you playing? You playing anything? Playing anything new? Still the
Uh,
same stuff?
no, no, honestly, I slowed down just a little bit, which is wild for me. I slowed down. Like I did play enough Tekken 8 before like the reset. Season 3 dropped yesterday. I haven't played any of it yet. And also I know when I log in, I'm going to have been demoted back 4 steps because they do this. They do a rank reset. Um, But no, I didn't really have a lot. I didn't really spend a lot of time playing games this past week. I did play. I did play Tekken, and that was about it. I didn't even. Monster Hunter Stories came out, and I think I mentioned last week on the pod that I wasn't actually going to pick that up until I actually until I actually beat Monster Hunter Stories 2. So yeah, I haven't gotten Stories 3 yet. And yeah, Front Mission is kind of on pause because I felt I was burning myself out on it just playing it as heavily as I did.
You were playing it a lot.
I was, yeah.
You were playing like you were playing a lot of Front Mission.
Yeah, I was logged. I logged a lot of hours onto it, and actually I need to get back on it and just finish and beat it.
Yeah, you should probably just finish it, man.
Yeah, finish that, and then immediately go back to either Final Fantasy Tactics, which I was playing before Front Mission 3 came out, or just get back to Monster Hunter Stories 2. Which the good thing is Monster Hunter Stories 2, like I don't need to like start over from the beginning because I know where I'm at in the games. And the game's easy to pick up and play.
Yeah. I did buy the first one, by the way. It was on sale.
How much?
It was like $7.99 on Switch.
Front Mission. I thought you were talking about Monster Hunter Stories.
No.
Oh wait, you bought the double pack for Monster Hunter Stories 2. You bought the 1 and 2 pack, didn't you?
No, I bought 2 when it came out.
Okay.
And then I bought one later.
That was Pat that bought the double pack.
Yeah. I did what was I saying? Oh, yeah, it was like $7.99 the first Front Mission. So I was like, I can't really pass that up. It's a good deal. So I was like, let's buy it. Let's do it. And I did. And it's great. I haven't played it yet, but it's great. I'm going to go ahead and say it's great because I can, and you can't stop me. Can't stop, won't stop, as they say. I've been playing some Metroid, but I've been playing a lot of Marathon. My opinion has changed tremendously since the last time we talked about it, which like the last time, was it the last time or was it the time before? I said I liked it but didn't love it. There was a point in the second map, Dire Marsh, when I loaded in and I decided to put my headset on, which usually is a huge mistake. And it in some cases it was a mistake, but this particular moment made me feel like the old online days of like Xbox Live when you were playing Halo or something and you would just meet random people and make friends and then you would play together, right? Or like even the early days of Destiny where like that discoverability where you were working together with people online that you didn't know to find certain things. Speaking of which, Matt is in the chat. That's how we met.
Wait, you guys met on Halo?
Yeah, Destiny.
Okay.
Yeah. And we like I started playing with these two dudes and they were like, we were just kind of exploring Dire Marsh and completing our contracts together and getting into firefights and stuff. And it like really, really, really reminded me of those old school moments in Halo and Destiny. Like, I was using the kind of like the tank character. I always forget the names of these shells, but like one of the characters was down and I used my blast shield to like shield both of them while one of them was reviving the other. And then I hid behind something to heal myself. And then we got in this firefight as we entered this facility. And it was just like this really cool moment. It wasn't like a huge moment, but it was a cool moment. And I really think Marathon is going to be something like special in a way that I feel like only Bungie knows how to do, which is weird since they haven't really had an upswing in a while. But the lore and the story in the game, like the way you find it, like when you complete contracts and stuff and you turn them in, you get little cutscenes, little audio logs are strewn throughout the maps. Uh, the different factions. It's so fun to learn about this franchise that I like really only know of like, oh man, Marathon was a Mac shooter in the 90s, right? And you had to like obtain the story through terminals and you had to read a lot. And it's like, why would you want to play a shooter where you read on a Mac? you know? Uh so and it's just it's really fun to like learn about this franchise that has been dormant for 30 years and they're continuing it. Like it's a straight on continuation of those old games. And it's so cool to learn about those old games through this new game and this new lens and these characters and these factions and the generation ship that you know uh everyone died and disappeared and you're going like you're the runners are shells are kind of husks, kind of like Avatar, right, where like you're kind of controlling these shells to go down to the planet because it's toxic, um to go find remnants for these corporations who sent things on this generation ship and they're looking for anything they can possibly bring back to scrounge up any money they lost sending stuff, typical corporate stuff. um and it's just really fun. I did not think that Marathon was gonna grab its like get its hooks in me, but it's gotten its hooks in me hard. Like I love playing by myself and just going down and exploring and finding things, you know.
That's a good thing, right?
People yelled at me online because they're like, it's a roguelike. I'm like, "Mm, yeah, I guess by the very technical term, yes, but it's a shooter. It's a PvPvE shooter, like and all the guns that I've found have feel fantastic. I mean, it's a Bungie game, so it's going to feel fantastic. So, uh,
I don't know if roguelike quite is the way to classify it
I mean,
because
it's an extraction shooter.
yeah,
If you
it's an
die,
extraction shooter. Yeah.
you die, you lose your stuff. You know, if you escape, you get to keep your stuff. I mean, that's
Yeah.
you know, it's the
Yeah.
dark
So
zone from the Division.
yeah, so in my opinion, that's not really a roguelike. I mean, like it's this is more of an actions have consequences game.
hmm Yeah. And so the final map unlocked, but like there's like a map within the map.
Mhm.
The cryo, what is it called? The cryo something. But essentially it's like a Destiny raid within a map. Um, and you have to go in and like decrypt keys and fend off enemies and solve puzzles and stuff to get all the best loot. That's all in this kind of building in the center of the map, which in and of itself is like this huge map. So I don't know, man. It's super cool. There's gonna be so many secrets being found throughout the the life of this game. Um, hopefully I don't think it's gonna die, but like people are so doom and gloom. So like I'm just gonna say hopefully it survives long enough for them to see their vision because their vision. This feels like the game that Bungie has wanted to make for 5 years, and like because
After
they were
Destiny
tired
2
of
launched.
Destiny,
Mhm.
like and I'm not saying everybody's tired of Destiny, but like it just feels like so much time and passion went into building out Marathon, and you can feel it, you know. You can feel like this is something new and fresh and something we haven't been working on since 2008, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think Marathon's gonna die. At least Marathon's not gonna die the way they people were acting like it was gonna die like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, well, people people like to hate
Yeah.
online.
Yeah.
So, but that's
Yeah, they're
Marathon.
yeah, they're a
Uh
bunch of bitches that
we're
like to bitch
gonna
everything.
we're gonna do a whole something on Tower Casuals this week, so it'll be out by the time you hear this on podcast services. But we're gonna talk about our impressions because that I don't think that final area has even opened up yet, or if it has, it's been
It
a
hasn't. It
day.
hasn't. And honestly, that's I want to play this game once that comes out because then that's what I'm going to base my review on.
Yeah, but you like the thing is like you can't access the next map until you hit certain levels. Like,
Oh, so I need to play it.
yeah, so like you have to play through the the tutorial map first, which is perimeter, and then a second version of perimeter opens up, and then once you hit level 12, you can go to Dire Marsh, and then once you hit, I think it's like level 25, you can access the final map.
Okay,
So
I guess I'll have to mess around with it then.
you should. It's fun. You should play with me.
We'll get on one. We'll get on one of these nights.
Yeah. We'll shoot stuff.
Yeah, I've been wanting to play a game in your lane, and I know I kind of let you down on Destiny, but that by the time I started downloading like the stuff for Destiny, I was like, man, there's just way too much. It's too daunting right now. It's like if I were to play Final Fantasy 14 right now.
Yeah, but at least you can start at the beginning in Final Fantasy 14.
Final Fantasy 14, yeah. As a matter of fact, I think there's like this crazy ass free trial going on to where like you can basically play like
the first 2 expansions like all the way through
for free.
Yeah.
Yeah, before you have to start paying.
Yeah, I mean there are some limits, but like overall, yeah, it's like if you just want to play the story, you can. Like but yeah, I mean, I've actually been thinking about after I played Marathon, I jumped back into Destiny a little bit just to like kind of see what was going on. And I talked about this on Pal Block a little bit yesterday, but like with the deluxe edition of Marathon, you get access to stuff in Destiny. Like you get a Marathon themed ghost and ship and Sparrow, those sorts of things. But like I went in the tower to collect my stuff, and then I just sat in there and watched people run around doing their tasks and everything. Right. I was working on something, first of all, but also like I'm so deep into the Destiny stuff, right? That like sometimes you don't see the forest through the trees, right?
Yeah.
I'm just watching people running around, turning in their bounties, running over to Zavala to pick up stuff, going over to the Crucible stuff to get their weapons and turning in their engrams and whatever. And I'm like, I wonder how many of these people even know anything about the situation that has been going on at Bungie the last 2 years. I wonder how many of these people are just here because they want to play a game and they're having fun and they just want to like, shoot stuff or grind for stuff or whatever and don't listen to anything that's going on outside of this game.
They're so blessed. They're so blessed.
And I'm just like sitting there watching people like do dance emotes with each other and like, I see people running together as like a fire team essentially. And it's just like, man, I feel like we are just so jaded by being so into all this stuff that it's like, man, sometimes I wish I was just oblivious to everything.
Yeah, I know. I don't even know if I miss those days. I don't even know what those days are like,
Yeah.
I have an idea, but I don't think I can ever get that joy back that I had like back then, once you learn how the sausage is made, there's no going back.
Yeah, it just really feels like there's no going back. And it sucks because there's like a lot of cool things that I would love to like go try in Destiny, but it's been so it's just been so negative for so long that like, dude, every time I open up YouTube also, like I follow enough Destiny creators and like every time their thumbnails pop up, it's like Destiny's dead. Will Destiny ever come back? Will they finish Destiny? Will Bungie? It's like, come on, guys, like just shut up. I get like content creation is your job, but like it sucks that we reward the negative people. You know?
Yeah. And you know what? I feel like this trend is going to end. We just don't know when that trend is going to end, because like right now, right and it sucks because like YouTube YouTube and like all the other streaming platforms, all the way up to Twitch, all the way up to TikTok. I mean, because Twitch still. I mean, the Let's Talks. I feel like the Let's Talk environment of Twitch is kind of dead. Not maybe not kind of dead, maybe just dead,
Just chatting stuff is like the biggest thing on Twitch.
Is it still going on? Because I swear every time
Yeah.
I log on to Twitch, like it's I
So
don't see just chats.
there's like three separate things now where it's like just chatting, and then there's talk shows, and then there's podcasts, and then there's like Q&A.
Uh-huh.
You know, and it's like why aren't these all in just like the same category, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's I don't know. From the things I'm hearing about Twitch though, it's like, oh boy. I know some people who work over at AWS, and they're like, we don't even know how this place is still open. It's like, oh, geez. Which sucks because I actually know people that work at Twitch too, and it's like, oh, sorry guys, I hope this isn't gonna affect you. Anyways, it's crazy too how YouTube streaming has kind of gotten bigger over the last year and a half without even really trying. And they were like, when they were trying, it was like, I don't know. I feel like when these companies start not to try is when they start becoming bigger. And then when they start trying is when things start falling apart in some cases.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh boy, live streaming. What a great technology, Laurent. Let me tell you.
I was about to say, where are you about to go with this? Because we're live streaming right now. We're
I know. I love live streaming. I love doing stuff like this. You know, I wish there was more time to do more and different types of stuff, but there's no time.
See, that's crazy, because like if we had a 26-hour day, Corey would use those extra 2 hours just to stream.
I mean, I'd do all sorts of things. That's not important. Anyways, let's you know what is important? It speaking of negative, Laurent, I texted you what, 2 days ago about this NVIDIA DLSS 5 stuff.
Yeah, it was 2 days ago. Yep.
I saw some of the NVIDIA keynote, and I was like, man, this is cool. This is like this. I'm like, man, this stuff looks awesome. And like they were showing off. There was like a video that was going around that was like a minute and a half or whatever afterwards, and it was showing off Resident Evil 9 and there's some other stuff going on, but like the FIFA stuff that they showed at the end of the trailer, I was like, I thought they were transitioning from game to real person to game.
Yeah,
but it was all the game, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so impressive. And then I'm like, I'm like, I want to see more. I want to see more. So I did the dumb thing. Instead of going to like the NVIDIA video or the NVIDIA website or whatever, and I went on Twitter. And all I see is like a dumpster fire of memes going down, like everybody hating this,
calling it AI slop, all this bullshit.
I know. I'm like, how can you say, like, I understand you don't want AI in games, and I understand like you don't want AI to make games, but this is like really impressive, and it's gonna make consoles cheaper. It's gonna make your hardware for PCs cheaper. You know, like, you know, in the mid to long term, not right now, obviously, because of all the garbage RAM stuff that's going on. But like, you know, your games are gonna come out faster. You know, because that's what everybody complains about. Why does it take 5 or 8 years to make a sequel to The Last of Us? And like, also, it's gonna help underpowered systems like the Steam Deck and the Switch 2.
Yeah,
I mean, we're already seeing it on the Switch 2.
On the Switch
right?
2, yeah.
With Resident Evil 9, that game runs at 360p, by the way. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
But with DLSS, it upscales to 1080p.
What?
Yep.
What?
Yep.
See, I didn't know that because I was not paying that much attention to
I
it.
know, but you wouldn't notice. That's the point, you know?
Yeah.
So like it's just incredible what this technology is doing, you know? Like I would love this to upscale every single game like this. Because
I had no freaking clue because I wasn't like my attention was not in that lane.
mhm. Well, you're not a Nintendo person, so you're not really paying attention to that lane, you know?
True, but also
This
at the same time, I work in tech, so like I'm supposed to know this stuff,
yeah.
and yeah, you know what? I it's not so much a bias or an unbiased or whatnot, but there are circumstances and situations where it's like you know, as an IT guy, you know, like yeah, like one of my blind spots is Mac, is Mac and iOS. It's because like I don't swim in that environment.
Mhm.
You know, just like you know, like I like Nintendo games, and I like games that are on Nintendo systems, but I don't swim in that environment.
Yeah. It's and you know, Ed and I were talking about this yesterday a little bit of like, you know, if they can do this with Resident Evil, what is something like what would like Monster Hunter look like on this theoretically? You know, like what would they
Monster,
run that?
I feel like Monster Hunter Wilds can play on the Switch too. It should be able to play on the Switch too. It should be able to, and especially now because like now the PC patch, now the PC, I'm gonna call it the PC performance patch, even though like technically it's not the PC performance patch. It is they're basically fixing the PC stuff with Monster Hunter Wilds. I can play Monster Hunter Wilds on my ROG Ally X now.
Mhm.
That was not something I was trying to entertain at all when it first launched.
Yeah. It's it's just amazing to see this because like this could be the point where we've been hitting graphical fidelities at a diminishing returns for a long time, right? Like we've been
Mm-hmm.
talking about that for since the essentially the end of the PS3 era all the way up to the launch of the current generation.
Yeah.
And really the only console that has had any noticeable graphical differences is Nintendo, and that's because they didn't run in HD for, you know, a generation and a half until the Wii
Right.
U came out.
Yeah.
Um and like this could be the next kind of evolution of graphical fidelity that people,
Mm-hmm.
you know, the average consumer would want, you know. Like I really feel like the average consumer, the average gamer still judges consoles at least on graphical fidelity, right? How good does it look? You know, how amazing would this game look on a 4K TV, which, you know, they've come out and said that Square came out and said that, you know, only about 20% of the people played Rebirth on performance mode. They were playing, you know, in quality mode because people want to see these games on in 4K with the ray tracing and all these other features, you
Yeah.
know. Um, I wish I was frame rate blind like some people. I used
I
to be,
know.
and then you experience 60 frames a second in like a normal game, and you're like, oh man, I'm
60,
screwed.
yeah, I'm one of those people. 60 frames per second is the bare minimum.
Yeah. And like, you know, Destiny PvP and Marathon run at 120, and it's like, oh my gosh, like this is like smooth. This is so smooth.
Smooth like butter.
uh, so I don't know. What do you? How do you feel about the DLSS 5 stuff?
Okay. Okay, so I am definitely 50-50 on this. I like the innovation. I like it. But at the same time, I feel like it overdoes it, if that makes any sense. And it's mainly when we actually concentrate on the actual like the characters themselves, you know, so like that. The background upscaling, because dy- uh dynamic shoot, why do I always forget what the L stands for? But it's dynamic something super sampling. Basically, it's using generative AI before generative AI became like a, you know, like a bastion in our vocabulary. It was using this to help inferior hardware actually make games seem more like up to snuff with current technology and stuff like that. You know, it was actually just imagine taking a PS2 game and making it look like it's a PS4 game.
Mhm.
You know, it was using deep learning super sampling. There we go. It was basically using a form of inbuilt AI to actually like pre not just to pre-render images and stuff like that. So you know, like they're actually loaded, uh, more textures and everything's loaded. There's more quality basically. That's why there's like when you look at DLSS, there's four versions of DLSS. There's performance, there's quality, and I can't remember the other two. But yeah, there's four versions of DLSS that you can set if you have a DLSS capable thing. Just like there's four different versions of FSR, which is in AMD's oh my god, why do I always forget when it's time for me to talk? I always forget what all these acronyms stand for. You know, like it. I know I just sound like a really shitty like IT person sometimes. You know, but yeah, but FSR is not up to snuff where DLS. Well, FSR is not up to snuff where DLSS is, even though FSR does a very good job because the one thing that FSR cannot do that you know DLS works in combination with is ray tracing. If you have an RTX 30 series or higher graphics card, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, going back to DLSS 5, it looks nice. Now, I think the problem is it does too much. You know, when we start looking at what it does for like the character designs and stuff like that, because I kid you not, like honestly, like the RE9 stuff, for example, in DLSS 5 looked stunning. But then we got to Starfield, and I'm like, ooh, like I feel like they kind of put a bad spotlight on the character designs from Starfield. You know, also the thing from the Harry Potter game, like you know when it showed like the old lady with the you know working the spell and stuff like that. I was like, oh, they did too much for that. You know,
Mhm.
and I think that's what everybody looked at. They didn't pay attention to the background because like when you watch the Digital Foundry video and they show what's going on in the background behind the characters, yeah, it's another uplift. You know, and this is what we want to see. We want to see graphical fidelity like increasing and without costing us more money, you know, because like if we just talk about it from a computer standpoint, right, you know, from like PC master race perspective, graphics cards are more expensive than your entire machine put together. You know,
Mhm.
and this is also going to trickle down to consoles. As a matter of fact, we talked about last week about the price of like the Project Helix versus the Steam Machine versus the PlayStation 6. The PlayStation 6 is looking like the bargain, you know, especially if when you look at the specs, like you know, like they all look like they're going to do the same thing. They all do. Like one's going to edge out the other in one point, where another one's going to edge out the other one in this point, and the other one's going to be like, oh, I'm just perfectly balanced. Yeah.
Perfectly balanced.
If that even means such a thing, right? But yeah, it's gonna happen, and you know, like once again, like the you know, like everybody's gonna be fighting about like, oh, well, this is the brightest and all this stuff. Deal but like I said, I'm 50-50 on it because like, you know, for every pro that I saw, you know, and this is just everything that I cheered about DLSS 5, there was an equal amount of things that was like, oh man, like you got some work to do, you know. And
Mhm.
and Nvidia does a phenomenal job working magic on this stuff. I mean, look at the DLSS technology that's been helping out the Switch too.
Yeah.
That's DLSS, but ladies and gentlemen, you guys, just because they don't say it in the language when you hear them talk about Switch games, it's DLSS because in Nvidia houses the Tegra chip. The Tegra, what is it? It's not even like what is it like the two? What was that chip?
It's a custom. The Switch 2 is based off of a custom Tegra 2X. I
Yeah,
want to say.
yeah, that's right. That's right. I knew it was two. I just couldn't remember what nomenclature was after the two and stuff like that. But yeah, and the one thing they boasted back when it was even just like rumor was that it was going to have DLSS technology behind it. And anyone that knows anything about gaming knows that DLSS is definitely what you want. DLSS makes potato games look like masterpieces.
Yeah. Potato games. That's funny.
It does. It does.
I know. It's funny. It's just funny when you said that. It just made me laugh.
It makes DLSS makes Lara Croft in Tomb Raider 1 look like how we thought she was supposed to look. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
no more pointy triangles on her chest.
Oh God. Right.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine we loaded the original Tomb Raider from PS1 and let DLSS? It would make her look like freaking it probably make her look like Bayonetta.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Not everything from these are going to be perfect, right? Like, you know, obviously people were like doing their whole, you know, making everything, even cartoony stuff, look realistic with this kind of joke now, right? But it's like, I don't know, man. I feel like I still feel like there is a I still feel like there's some sort of bugs to work out for sure, but I still feel that when they showed off like the Resident Evil stuff, I was like, man, that looks like that game already looks that game already looks amazing, but like, man, this like looks even better, you know, like
yeah, the Resident Evil stuff looked amazing. I'm just gonna say it. It looked amazing, and it's crazy because Resident Evil 9 was already impressive, and basically all they did. I was listening, like I said, I was listening to the Digital Foundry thing, and the guy was just like, you know, like it removed like it removed what they call the Capcom face, and I was like, when you say it like that, you know, now it makes it seem like, you know, like it's like it just did a disservice to like the whole thing. But yeah, he's right. He's right though. The Resident I want to say when Resident Evil 4 came out, Resident Evil 4 like set the standard for what like the character models are going to look like, and it's kind of stayed that way. You can see how it even ran itself back to the Resident Evil 1 remake, you know, when the Resident Evil 1 remake,
the only character they can't decide what they want to look like is Chris.
I know. He's skinny in one of these. He's like, he looks like he's on like he looks like he's on the T version of the steroids, the T virus version of steroids at other points. Is like, man.
Yeah, and then in 8 he looks like a retired NFL linebacker that like doesn't know how to stop working out. It's like, what's going on here?
I wouldn't be surprised if we find out that, you know, like he was using some type of like strain of the T virus, because, you know, you can't use the G virus, and the G virus is like meth on crack.
Yeah, it's something. Yeah, and then like I can't stop thinking about the FIFA stuff either, because like the lighting from this
stuff was impressive,
dude. The FIFA stuff, like the lighting on the jerseys, the fabric, like the movements, like the essentially like the lighting effects was just, it was amazing. It was really something incredible, right? And like, you know, Sony just released PSSR 2, which is, you know, apparently a major upgrade over PSSR 1, which, you know, there's a lot of games that try to utilize PSSR 2 in it, or 1, and like the base PS5 looks better than the PS5 Pro.
Yeah, I was thrown by that. Because I was like, you have a situation here where inferior software is actually outdoing like the benchmark right now, you know?
Yeah, I just think there are too few people who care. Like, I think there's just too few people that would make it matter to them, and that the PS5, this whole generation for PlayStation just feels like an experiment, essentially.
Yeah.
You know, like with backwards compatibility, the this PSSR stuff. Like, I kind of think whatever the next PlayStation is going to be, whether it's this PlayStation 6 or they just name it PlayStation or whatever, like I just feel like that's going to be the console. This feels like this kind of feels like, remember when we jumped from like the Atari to the NES, right? And like, oh, some games look great, some games don't, some games run awesome, some games don't. But then you get into like the Super Nintendo and the Game Boy Advance era of pixel art, and it's like, this is perfect. I don't want anything else ever in 2D, right? Like,
Yeah.
I feel like we're in that NES stage of, the 4K HD AI ray tracing era, and like everybody's still trying to figure it out and do the best they can with the tech that we have.
Yeah.
But the next generation is going to be like, it's going to be the Super Nintendo Game Boy Advance era of like, this is where it's at, 4K 60 with path tracing, ray tracing,
Maybe
the
this
option
is
of 120.
maybe this is our new middle ground,
Mhm.
for gaming, because like I want to say like the Xbox 360,
Three.
PS3. Thank you, thank
You're
you.
welcome.
I almost said four. I almost said four, but my brain was breaking even trying to like let those words slip out.
Well, to
But
be
just
fair,
like
most you could skip the PS3.
yeah, yeah, but just like how that it was the middle ground for gaming for a long time, like even PC games back then, the the median, they look like 360 and PS3 games,
Mhm.
there are certain games that did come out, like Crisis, for example, that just blew the doors off,
Mhm.
um but for the most part, like all games kind of look the same, and that was kind of where they coasted for a while, you know. PS4 and Xbox One came out, and like it was like, okay, we're trying something new, you know. And then PS5 and the Xbox Series X came out, and all of a sudden it was a whole bunch of flash and bluster because now we've got performance mode and like performance mode and
Quality mode.
I'm sorry, my brain is just
Dude, I
broken
get it.
tonight.
I get
I'm
it.
sorry.
I get it. I'm right there with you. I feel your pain.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's just been a long week,
It's been a
or
long something, you know. It's been a long something.
yeah.
But no, I hear you. It's definitely, what is this? Huh. Interesting. Um what were we talking about now? Gosh, I got distracted by a notification that
Oh, you
I
we were
needed
we,
to pay
we
attention
were
for.
just
But
we were just talking how like
um
the PS5 era has seemed like just
yeah.
been one big like test or experiment.
Yeah, it's just one experiment after another, the live service stuff, the acquiring studios, mismanaging and managing studios,
Which which
acquisitions.
which Sony is not the only one guilty about.
No, I mean, Microsoft is too, right? I mean, it's
Matt's like, this week has been 6 fiscal months.
he's not wrong.
Yeah, he's not. He's not.
He's definitely not wrong.
Especially with the weather.
Yeah, but yeah, I just feel like they're trying to nail it down now before that next console comes out, because once that next console comes out, they're the way people are still playing on PlayStation 4, there's a real possibility that Sony's going to have 3 or 4 consoles on the market at the same time.
At the same time.
If you include that the handheld, right?
Yeah.
There's a real possibility people could be playing Fortnite on PS4, PS5, PS6, and the Project Canis
Mm-hmm.
at the same time, you know? And GTA, right? I mean, obviously not, GTA 6 won't be playable on 4, but it'll be on PlayStation 5 and 6 and presumably the handheld. Like, it's insane. it's insane to think about how many things like this could be just changed with all this AI stuff. And I think Sony is looking at what this DLSS stuff is, right? And they're like, "Oh, we we better get Mark Cerny on the phone, you know, get his weird haircut and his soft, soothing voice out here to build us a console that's going to do all this."
Mark Cerny has been putting work in since the PS4.
He's like, "You can." Sony's like, "You can design the insides, but we need somebody with, you know."
We need artistic vision for how it looks
Yeah.
on the outside.
Yeah.
Which here's a question. Okay, so like if we look at every generation of PlayStation, which one do you think has been the most beautifully designed in your opinion?
Man, I mean, I like the PS2 a lot. I think the PS2 Slim is really
The PS2 Slim is the GOAT in my opinion.
yeah. But if we're not if we're excluding that, right, dude, the PS2 Slim, by the way, oh my gosh, dude, I used to have pockets in the back of my jeans big enough to put that thing in.
You were
That's
wearing
all I'm saying.
Jinkos? You were
That's
wearing
all I'm saying.
Jinkos back in the day?
No, they were just fat people jeans, and
Fat people. Oh my god.
and yeah, couldn't afford Jinkos. But I think, man, I actually, as much as we made fun of the Kit Kat bar style thing of the PlayStation 4, I actually really think that the slim model is a really nice design. I think the Xbox One
The
S and
Xbox
X consoles are really nice looking.
I love the Xbox One's design because the Xbox One, it looked like
A VCR.
Mm, I
The
was about
launch? Are you talking about the launch one?
no, I was talking about wasn't there
There's
what,
3 versions of the Xbox One. There's the launch version, which was like a fat VHS
not that
VCR
one.
looking thing.
Not that
Then
one.
there's the Xbox Series or the Xbox One S and the Xbox One X, which looks similar, but there's slight differences. I do think the Xbox One S is a really nice looking console. I also think the Xbox Series S is a nice looking console. But
It's the One X. It's the One X that I like.
yeah.
It just had simplistic elegance about it.
Mm-hmm. It's elegant, it's sleek, it blends in. It's a really nice console.
Yeah. And I even like the Series X design.
Mm-hmm.
But also,
I
there's
love
also
that it looks like a giant Amazon Alexa.
yeah.
As they canceled Cortana. Remember when they were trying to incorporate Cortana into everything as their voice
into everything. And Cortana wasn't that Windows 8? Wasn't that back then?
I don't know, man. Cortana's been around forever.
Is that when she was introduced? Windows 8?
I don't know, man. I don't remember anymore. It's all a blur. It's all one big blur, dude. So let's see here. I think we're streaming on Facebook now, by the way.
Oh, cool.
I think. I'm not sure. We might be. We might not be. Somebody can tell us later if we are. So yeah, my thought on this is like, will there be follow-ups to this from other companies? Like, how's this going to affect like the ROG Ally or the Steam Deck or Switch 2, right? I mean, Switch 2 runs on NVIDIA, so this could affect that faster than the others. Although I don't know what kind of power you need to have these sorts of capabilities, right? I mean, obviously it's powerful enough to upscale something from 360p to 1080p. So there's that. But as a ROG Ally user, Laron, what would that be? AMD, right?
It's AMD, yeah.
You think AMD has something like this, like even remotely close to this?
Oh, AMD has been in the works of getting that done. It just has not come to fruition yet. It's been in the works for the past couple of years, and actually is because AMD is trying to make a cheaper solution for ray tracing.
Mm-hmm. what do you? I
Well, when I
mean,
say cheap, when I
have you
say
seen
cheaper, I
anything
mean
on that?
more affordable. Nothing new, nothing new. As a matter of fact, the last keynote that actually the last keynote, I don't even think Lisa Su was at that keynote. And usually whenever she's there, that means some news is coming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Lisa Su is the CEO of AMD, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
For the people that might not know.
Oh yeah, you're not just talking to me, are you?
No, I wasn't. No, I wasn't. I was talking to Stream. I was talking to Streamland and the people who will be listening to us in the future once the vlog is actually once the VOD is actually out.
Yeah. Uh, yeah. I mean, anybody else doing something like this? I mean, I get.
Intel's been quiet. Like
Well,
I
that's
feel like,
because their business is failing.
which is wild. Intel was like pioneers of
I
like
know.
of like CPU technology and stuff like that, and what the hell, like yeah.
I know. It's crazy. Uh, uh th- they're turning it around, though. I think.
They are. But the fact that we are sitting in here talking about how they are in the hurt locker right now is terrible.
Yeah, it's crazy. I man. I mean, they were supposed to open up all kinds of like chip fabs in Ohio, and I think a couple others across the United States, and they kind of put a hold on those, and they
Mhm.
laid off a whole bunch of people last year and changed their whole business plan essentially. So, uh, yeah, that's
Yeah, it's strange days.
strange days. Well, I don't know if you have any more to say about this stuff. I think it's really cool. I hope that
I think it's really cool. I live for these days, and the only thing that makes the only well, actually, I feel like this is Nvidia's attempt to like kind of, because I think Nvidia's starting to see that their whole business model is imploding, because like they've thrown way too much in on AI to the point where, like, like they're now to the point where their hardware, and this is graphics cards particularly, are priced out so high that like the regular consumer is having a hard time trying to get their foot in the door now.
mhm,
um you know AMD is trying to do what they can, but AMD can't keep up, and be cheap, if that makes sense.
mhm,
AMD was a cheaper alternative to both Intel and Nvidia at one point, but as technology has changed and stuff, they've also got to use a consistent pricing model now. You know,
mhm.
so
Yeah,
it's one of those things. You know,
yeah. Also, like everybody's using this like subscription services now for things that don't need subscription services. I just
that's going to come to an end too. I can feel it.
yeah, I feel like I look at things and I see certain things, and it's like how are these companies still like functioning as businesses? Because it like like, yeah, okay, data, whatever, but like how much money are you spending to get this to where like you're making X amount of dollars? Is it even worth the investment of doing that instead of just like providing a product? Like I just feel like everything is becoming so incredibly complicated, and
Mhm.
like on purpose. Like they're making it complicated on purpose. And
Right?
it's like,
Yeah.
no, people in an era where people want convenience over quality, essentially, like yeah, and I know that kind of goes against the whole subscription thing because people like Netflix over, you know, they would rather just flip through Netflix instead of getting up and putting a Blu-ray in their player or whatever. But
Mhm.
like the convenience factor is like, man, you're making it so complicated. Like, oh, this thing works with this thing, and you can get a plug-in for this thing. And it's like, can you just provide me a product that does everything and works? Like,
Yeah, we don't even need to be like the bleeding edge either. That's
yeah,
the crazy part. We don't
no, I
need to
mean,
be bleeding edge.
you look at something as simple as like Photoshop versus Canva, right?
Yep.
Look how complicated Adobe has made all of their products because they have to implement, fireworks and Illustrator needs to work with Photoshop, which needs to work with Lightroom and Bridge, and all that needs to be integrated into Premiere or whatever if you want it to. And it's like, you go to Canva, it's like half the price, first of all, a month. It's not hard to cancel. And I don't know, Canva's a pretty good tool. I used to be like pretty anti Canva just because I've been using Photoshop forever, but then it's like, oh, Canva's actually like a really nice tool that you can use, and it's free and it's professional. Or there is a free version, but there's like, it's just nuts, man. It's
Yeah.
nuts how complicated a lot of this stuff is. And I mean, it's what I'm dealing with Facebook to the live stream now, right? It's like, you said, and I'm looking in the back end of Riverside, which is what we're using to record now. And it's like every single integration. Oh, just log in, enter your password. Okay, great. YouTube's logged in, LinkedIn's logged in, Twitter's logged in, Twitch is logged in. You go to Facebook. Well, Riverside hasn't updated their Facebook Meta stuff login for a while, it looks like. So like, you have to go in and do the custom RTMP, and you have to go into the Meta Business Suite and enter all these things in. You have to enter in your Riverside code into Facebook, and then you have to like get the stream key, and then you need the stream URL. And it's like, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah. It's wild.
Everything else is so easy. Why are you making it so complicated? It's why nobody likes Facebook anymore. It's why they're shutting down their VR services too. Did you see that today?
Yeah. Well, I kind of saw that. I saw that a little while ago, actually.
I heard about it, but they're shutting down the entire platform.
Yeah.
Which is like, my nephew just got a MetaQuest. You're telling me he's not going to be able to play his games anymore?
Yeah.
He literally just got a MetaQuest for Christmas.
That sucks. I'm sorry.
And like, he loves it, but like, you're telling me he's not going to be able to play it now? Man, what a joke. Now, I didn't read a bunch into it. I don't know if the games will still be available or whatever, but it's like shutting down your whole VR division. That doesn't sound great.
Yeah, it doesn't.
I'm sorry, their Metaverse division.
Metaverse division.
Oh my gosh. What's the protest going to look like outside of Meta? Zuck sucks. Is that what's going to happen? Man. Anyways, you got anything else to add to this conversation, Laurent? You got anything else to say about the DLSS stuff that we haven't already hit on?
Not really.
Yeah. All right. Well, I don't really have anything else on the agenda. I just thought this was fascinating, and you're the person I like to talk to about these things because you're the tech guy. So, but why don't we call the show?
Okay. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. I mean,
Yeah, we're Laurent and I are going to try to rework this show a little bit to be more, I mean, we are the remaining panelists, I'll say. I mean, Pat will probably join us once in a while, but he's doing Gamescast, and Stephanie's focusing on the writing stuff, so it's mostly just me and Laurent and probably guests moving forward. So we're gonna try to retool the show to something that we would like it to be more akin to. So I don't know if you have any ideas, Laurent, you want to throw out there that we can wrap the show up with, but I kind of want to.
Let's save it for planning.
Yeah, I was trying to extend the show, Laurent. You're doing a bad job of extending the show.
Oh, my bad.
Any top level idea just to wrap the show on?
Top level idea
of like what you kind of want, what you would envision the show to be.
I kid you not. Like I like this. I like this because this is our third week in a row that we've done like just basically like this. It's almost been like one topic, but it's been like one continuous topic that has like honestly like rolled into like other talking points, which I love. It doesn't seem all over the place. We're still talking about current events and gaming and entertainment news and stuff like that. Uh, I can't think of anything off the rip, that I would say, is like ultimately, we just want to get back to having fun.
Yeah. I've been thinking a lot about that across the board of like, man, fun. Remember fun?
Fun, yeah.
And obviously, I've been like really over the last couple of years just stressing out about all this Boss Rush stuff and like, what can we do to improve? How much more can we do? Can we push ourselves? Can we do this? Can we do that? And it's like, at the end of the day, it's like, man, should just be like hanging out with friends, and if we're enjoying each other, then people are going to enjoy us. You know what I mean? Like, it's just kind of like,
yeah,
that's how I've kind of felt the last couple weeks. I've been rethinking a lot of aspects of life, Laron. Not to get too
I mean we all do that. We're all
but I like how this has gone too. I kind of like the 2-person show, to be honest, too, like the back and forth. I used to think I used to think like 3 people was like the nice sweet spot, but like I don't know. Tower Casuals is pretty successful. It's 2 people. Pow Block's pretty successful. It's 2 people. This show's successful, but like, it can be successful with 2+ people.
Yeah. Here's one thing I will say because I've listened to a lot of podcasts in my career, and it's interesting. It's interesting because sometimes there's just 2 hosts and they're bouncing off each other. Like it's like that perfect synergy. And then other times, like, like 4 and 5 panel people where everybody gets, a round robin type thing. Like that also seems like, the sweet spot. Here I will say this, Corey. I feel like you and I like actually like we stop being the main host when it's just us, and we're just like 2 dudes talking in the same room.
Yeah.
Whereas like when it's like like panels 3 or bigger and stuff like that, you and I switch into the host / moderator mode.
Yeah.
And we try to give everybody else the voice.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's like the quote unquote moderator thing is something I kind of want to get away from. It's just like you said, I just want to kind of hang out and talk and have fun. So Laron and I are gonna kind of look at that and see what's what, and get back to the fun, as they say. So but that's it. We did it. I want to thank everybody out there for watching or listening to this episode of the Boss Rush podcast. You can catch us live on Wednesday nights. It's going to be you and me again next week, Laron. Just you and me, because everybody's going to PAX.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Unlike me, I am not going.
Nothing wrong with that. Nope. Nothing wrong with that.
Nope. Hey, Laron, you want to talk about Nintendo next weekend?
Weekend?
Or weekend, whatever.
Oh, that's right. Oh, since Ed be gone? Yeah. I'll do it.
By the way, there was a point where you were on Nintendo Power Block a lot.
Yeah.
Around mid 2021.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a hater. Like, I have fun when I'm on Power Block, and it's funny because like then people find out, oh, Laron does know what he's talking about when it comes to Nintendo stuff.
maybe I'll beat Metroid by then, and we can talk about it.
We'll talk about it there. You know what? I might play a little bit of Metroid Zero Mission.
Do it.
Tonight. It's on my ROG Ally. I might play a little bit of it tonight.
Do it.
I can already.
Jeez. Everybody out there, remember to like, subscribe, share, rate, and review wherever you listen. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next week. Goodbye, everybody.
Have a good one. Good night.